Hey single ladies, welcome back to my channel. This particular video is going to be a little bit all over the board. It's 20 random financial tips. They are in no order of importance. They are ranging from budgeting to credit to shopping tips. They are all over the map in terms of categories and advice. I will be doing them rapid fire because many of these tips probably should be a separate video within themselves. But I'm going to introduce this topic, give a basic overview of it. And if you want to be a super A+ student, you can go ahead and do your research on each one of them and dig further. Or you could just simply wait till I put out a video related to each topic. So jumping right into it. Okay, so alias birthdays. This idea recently came to me. I don't know why I had never thought about it, was having a conversation with somebody, but basically alias birthdays. You know how when you're out and about and someone tries to, link up with you or whatever, and they ask what your name is, and you just kind of give them a random name that you always use when someone is hitting on you. You should do the exact same thing when you're signing up for things that are of non-importance. Pretty much in the case of a data breach or something like that. So if you're signing up for, financial things that are, truly, birth records, school records or something like that, yes, you want to use your legit birthday. But if you're just randomly signing up for some social media platform or some random department store email list or whatever, go ahead and give them an alias birthday. This way, should Target or whomever have some sort of data breach, guess what? They got a false date of birth on you. So that's one financial tip. Another financial tip is to always strive to participate in some type of money challenge. There are so many different money challenges. They can range from no spend to, eating at home or decreasing how much Grubhub you're ordering or how much money you want to save for the year or trying to pay off a car or something within a certain time frame. Whatever challenge it is, as long as it's money related and it is positive, you should always be striving to participate in some sort of money challenges. I feel like money challenges give you the opportunity to kind of build your financial discipline. And then they also kind of can incentivize you to just basically be good with money. Another money tip is to always be mindful of your rewards with your credit cards and stuff like that. So many people think of rewards just in terms of points and stuff like that, as maybe miles, or maybe you spend so much and you might get a gift card and stuff like that. But a lot of these credit cards come with extra incentives. It could be insurance, it could be some sort of fraud protection, it could be some sort of credit monitoring, whatever the case may be. When you get that terms of agreement, or just go online for time to time and refresh yourself with the benefits that you may have with your credit card. If you don't have any benefits with your credit card, maybe this can be an eye-opener to you that you may be paying an annual fee on a card and you're literally getting nothing in return. With that being said, we always want to monitor how much we're paying in annual fees. I'm not saying just because you have a card that has an annual fee to go ahead and cancel it right now. You may not want to do that depending on the credit age or how much the credit limit is. But if we're mindful of how much the fee is, we can start to create a plan to eventually replace that credit card with another card that is offering the same limit or that is offering the same rewards that may have a cheaper annual fee. Moving right along. Another thing that we want to be mindful of just in terms of financial tips is class action lawsuits. There are class action lawsuits all the time. It could be something related to false advertising. It could be something of some random toy that was defective or something like that. The thing with class action lawsuits is some of them kind of get announced and they're broadcasted to the masses. Hey, you can go and apply for this if you were affected by this. But some of them are not as, the word just doesn't really get out like that. But if you can make it a part of your financial routine to just go and Google different class action lawsuits, there's a website for it, and I'll put it in the description bar. Just go in from time to time and see if anything is available to you based off where you live or based off a product that you know that you purchased or whatever. Along with that same thought process is vehicle recalls. A lot of times vehicles have known issues, with their engine or whatever defective, something may be defective with a tire or whatever. And if you aren't aware that there's currently a recall or they are offering the opportunity for you to go in to your manufacturer and get whatever part replaced and fixed for free, you could be having issues with your car and you go to some random mechanic and guess what? They may not tell you and you're paying out of pocket for something that is a known issue, and the manufacturer is telling everybody that got whatever car with whatever years, you can come in and you can get a free battery, or you can come in and get whatever it is that was defective from day one of you owning a car. Another random financial tip is to try to have more than one income. And, one income is pretty much too close to no income. Whatever that additional stream of income is, regardless of how small it may be, forget the job shaming, side hustle shaming. I don't care if you're babysitting some kids on a weekend or if you're baking cookies or something. Strive to have more than one stream of income at all times. Moving along, another random financial tip is to get some form of credit monitoring. You want to know in real time if someone is attempting to do something nefarious with your credit. You do not want to be in a situation where you are trying to get an apartment, you're trying to get a car, and you don't have time to fix things or dispute things because you're trying to, you're in the middle of a transaction. You want to know in real time when someone is attempting to do something with your credit or someone has possibly stolen your identity. So get some form of credit monitoring. Even if it's Credit Karma, it may not be the most accurate in terms of what your score is, but it will definitely let you know if some new things are being opened in your name, and it's free. Another thing, just in terms of finances, is gambling apps. These are becoming rampant. These sports betting apps, the FanDuels, truly try to avoid them. If you've never heard of the phrase that the house always wins, that is true. That is a phrase. The house always wins. They may let you win a few times, but in the long run, they're going to win and they will be the ones having the profit. They literally have statisticians. They have people that run the numbers, probabilities, all that stuff. Literally, the house always wins. Stay away from all gambling apps. And a new thing that they're also doing is they are incentivizing it and kind of gamifying it, where they're making it where you can truly become basically more addicted to it. Another thing to be mindful of is avoiding lifestyle creep. I have an entire video dedicated to this, but we always want to strive to avoid lifestyle creep. And when we have already became a victim of lifestyle creep, we want to, once we recognize it, rein it back in and try our best to try to scale back so that we're not a victim of it. I'll also put a link to that in the description bar. Another financial tip is to find local buy nothing groups. The concept of buy nothing is kind of like an underground movement, and they literally have Facebook groups in different communities where people will just give away stuff because they want to, be good to the environment. They don't want stuff to end up in a landfill. And, you can ask to join one of these groups or something like that, and you can give some stuff and you can get some stuff. Definitely better than always going to the store and swiping a card. Another random financial tip is to use your local library. Libraries are so underrated. So underrated. The plethora of resources that are available within your community that you may not know about, from tickets and passes to museums and local events and stuff like that, entertainment for the kids. If anything, they're going to have some form of programming for the kids. So, if you want to, drive home education and you need some help doing that, start dropping into the library and let them librarians do what they are being paid to do using basic tax dollars. Another random I'm going so fast. Crash course, you might have to listen twice. But another random financial tip is getting health insurance and keeping it, but not only getting it, keeping it, but to properly utilize it. Yes, it's great to have it, but truly call a 1-800 number, go on the website, join the Facebook groups related to the health insurance plans, and milk all the benefits for what they're worth. And even with life insurance policies, make sure you know the different stipulations, to know if you need different riders when different life circumstances happen and stuff like that. And whenever you hear certain, stories about life insurance, or, you just different questions come across, your mind, do not be afraid to call them up, ask them the question, and then have them send it to you in writing, or point you to what page on your policy declaration page that's listed. So especially with the life insurance, it's not enough just to have someone tell you, oh, in the event you get married, your spouse is grandfathered in. Okay, where does that say that in this, 20-page document that you sent me? So not only, call up, ask the questions, but have them point you in the right direction on where it's at in that fine print. Moving along, another financial tip is to strive to live by the 50-30-20 rule. Great concept. It gives nice boundaries for regulating your money to wants versus needs, or versus investments. There are different versions of this with different percentages of your income, but strive to live by, as I would say, as a starter, strive to live by the 50-30-20 rule. Google it. More than likely, I will be doing a video on that coming soon. Another thing to also just be mindful of in terms of managing your financials is to try to strive to pay off large debts early. Just because you sign an agreement to, make 60 payments on your car over, whatever time frame, doesn't mean you actually have to stick to that same schedule. Instead of making 60 payments, strive to pay it off in 40 payments. Strive to pay it off in 55 payments. Whatever it is, the debt that you have, strive to try to save some money in interest, or strive to kind of move up the calendar a little bit and free up some of your money so that you can accelerate when you're paying it off. So I know a lot of people with phones, they'll do that, or with the Klarna and the Afterpay, they'll do that. Just because you initially say, hey, I'm going to make 5 payments, unless there's some kind of prepayment penalty, challenge yourself to pay it off in 4 payments. Challenge yourself to pay it off in 3 payments. That's a good financial tip. Go ahead and, get those people, get them up out your pocketbook. Another random financial tip is to time yourself when you're going into the stores, or strive to not even go into stores at all and just do curbside pickup. Those that like to go in stores without lists, do not do it. Create a list in your phone, in the parking lot, in the car before you go in, and just time your, if you're going in with, multiple people, assign this person to get these couple items, assign the other person to get the other couple items. Y'all meet up at the front in 2 minutes. Do not just peruse aisle by aisle by aisle, giving yourself greater temptation to spend when you're in these stores. Like, mentally, treat it like a race or something. Get in and get out like you got to make 100 stops or something like that. Another random financial tip is to start to do some form of movement every day if possible. Any form of movement. It doesn't have to be a gym membership. If you're dancing to some videos, if you are, walking around in your neighborhood, if you are, doing an at-home video, off YouTube or something like that, try to do some form of movement. Health is wealth. And, once them doctors in that medical system get a hold to you, they really don't like letting people go. So on the front end, the best way to avoid medical debt and things of that sort is to strive to be in shape or to be progressing towards being in a better shape. That's a long-term thing, but financially, it is beneficial to be healthier. Another thing, a random thing, financial tip, is to strive to buy gas basically Monday through Thursday. Buying gas on Friday, I almost would say Monday through Wednesday, but buying gas on the weekend or going into the weekend, that's when gas prices are the absolute highest. If you can possibly schedule when you're going to buy gas. If you do it on a regular basis, at least attempt to do it, every Tuesday, every Monday or something like that. Just avoid buying gas for your car on the weekends, period. And then lastly, my last random financial tip is whenever you're shopping online, try to use some kind of cashback app, Rakuten or Honey, or something like that. If you're going to make the purchase anyway, why not do it through an additional, like an extended web browser where they're going to incentivize you and give you a portion of your money back. So that's all I have. 20 random financial facts. I hope to do another kind of miscellaneous all over the board video like this again soon. Let me know what you think of the tips. Until next time, be happy and be financially savvy.